Hello, everybody. Let's talk today about the IIMS PhD admission. Today, in this video, we are going to talk about how can you take admission into the PhD program of IIMS and what is the difference between nominal PhD programs in universities or colleges and the PhD programs of the IIMS. In this session, the session 2021 or the session 2022, most of the IIMs have called for the application forms for their admission into their PhD programs, what they especially call as FPM, that is Fellow Program in Management. This Fellow Program in Management is equivalent to the PhD that is provided in universities, and it is considered totally equivalent to it. Friends, I have recently cracked the IIM Raipur. Actually, I will be talking today of my journey also, that how I have done this, and based on my own original experiences, because when I was preparing for it, I couldn't find very much proper material that I could be referring, so that I could have a better understanding of my admission. But I will making sure that this situation would not be faced by any other coming candidates that are seeking admission to the IIMs. And I will try to make this video as much fruitful to you as possible. So today, let us take you to the end of the slide. Today, I will be talking about the fees and criteria. The two agendas of today's video is fees and criteria. So, in order to talk about the fees, you have to be very sure that in IIMs there is no fees requirement. There is no fees requirement for pursuing this course, but that fees you can consider as a totally exempted, but there is a requirement that you need to fulfill. First is the form. There is a form submission fees. There is hostel and mess charges. Hostel and mess charges. Some IIMs don't charge hostel also, but they used to charge for mess. And other charges include your clubs or books or any other material that you require in the due course of the completion of the subject. So, no regular fees is required as you required in the case of IIMs, because we know that in IIM Ahmedabad, there's a 24 lakh fees, or in IIM Lucknow, there is 18 lakh, or in IIM Raipur, it is 11 to 12 lakh. This is the fees of that MBA person or an MBA seeking candidate have to mandatory fulfill. But in the case of IIM, there is no such fees requirement. So, you have to be very sure that there is no fees. And this is a very beautiful advantage to a PhD candidate. So there is no fees. But in the case of form, you have to fulfill a 1000 rupees or 1500 rupee form that is required to fulfill each and every IIM. And each and every IIM have their own window where you need to fulfill that form in a particular order. And I am also talking about today that what are the dates. So most of the IIMs have opened their platform. Recently, I have seen for IIM Ahmedabad. I've seen for IIM Lucknow. I've seen for IIM Rohtak. IIM Rohtak. Yeah. So these IIMs I have seen, and I believe that most of the IIMs have now opened their window for filling up the forms. And because this is the season going on, they used to open up their platform in December to January, and this is the time when the forms get filled. If it is a new IIMs, suppose any IIM that is established in 2016 or 17, then it may be extending its date to February also, but you don't need to wait to that. You should be making sure that you fulfill the form criteria as soon as possible. One question that regularly comes to the minds of the many candidate, that whether they should be opting for only older IIMs or new IIMs, or they also should be they should also be considering about the baby IAMs. Let me first make it clarity that what are these bifurcation, what are these classification of IAMs. So old IAMs are those IAMs who have the legacy of being the India's best business schools, like IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Calcutta, the most prestigious A, B, C. Then comes IIM Lucknow and IIM Indore. These are the older IIMs. In case of new IIMs, you can say it is Kashipur, it is Raipur, that is my college. I'm in Raipur, and again Ranchi, again Kashipur covered, Udaipur. So these are the new IIMs that have been established, and baby IIMs who have been established in recent times, or say 2016, about 2016 they have been established, or 2017, 15, 16, 17. This was the era. I am Amritsar, and I am Vishakhapatnam, Vishakhapatnam, and I am Sambhalpur, I am Bodh Gaya. There are also many other colleges. You can check it out on the web and their particular websites. But what the point I want to make here is that you should not be considering only old IIMs, or you should be afraid about any um, you should not be afraid about any old IIMs, or you should not be filling up the forms only baby and new IIMs. You can try. Don't be obsessed that they are new IIMs, or they have not have proper not established, or they don't have very good placements. See, IIMs are IIMs. You don't go there for by seeing their campus, by seeing their placement, but you should be considering these factors mainly, and those factors are their networking, because all the IIMs are connected to each other, and they have they have their own web in which all the IIMs, whether it is new, old, or baby, all the IIMs are covered in it. And apart from networking, you should also be seeing the trade, or the trademark of IIM, or say the tag of IIM. You should also be considering the curriculum design. In all the IIMs, this is one of the most important thing that you need to consider, that in all the IIMs, whether it is new, old, or baby, all the IIMs follow the same curriculum. They follow the same curriculum. What they used to teach in IIM Ahmedabad, the same thing are taught in IIM Raipur, and the same will be taught in IIM Bodh Gaya. The thing that would be making the difference, the thing that would be making the difference would be campus. See, I have got two calls. If I talk about my experience, I have got two calls, one from Raipur and one from Ranchi. I was okay with any of them. I could have gone for any of them, but I opted IIM Raipur because it had its own campus. It had shifted it in its own campus in 2018. But IIM Ranchi is yet into consideration and yet into construction. So, based on this criteria, I have opted for Raipur. And also, Raipur was some nearer to me. So, this was also one of the criteria. But other than this, there is barely any criteria that you should be considering in order to make a difference. So don't make any difference based on other things. Just fill all the forms and make sure that you get into any of the IIMs. Yes, if you get a call from multiple IIMs, then you can make a trade-off, or you can make a choice between one of those. But until then, in order to make sure, if you want to make sure that you get into a brand called IIM, then you have to fill all the forms. Because in AAB, in these IIMs, in these top graded older IIMs, ABC and LI, there is very least chance that you get a call if you are not from if you are already not from a prestigious college like IIT, NIT, or IIM. If you are already not from here, it is maybe a bit difficult, but to get a call from ABC or LI. But in these colleges, in New and Babyham, they will definitely make you a call, and if you fulfill their requirement, they will definitely give you a chance to pursue a PhD admission in their college. So what do they see? I've talked about fees, and from very long time talking about the criteria. And the last point that I would make in terms of criteria would be that in criteria, what you need to see is to have a good academic record. Should have a good academic record. You should have work X. If not, no problem. You should have qualified exam that I will be talking in coming videos. You should have a qualification, minimum eligibility that we'll be talking, and you should having a research interest. Now, research interest not for the sake of only saying research interest, in the sense that you should be having at least a research paper published. If not, you should be working. You should have a working paper. If you are not having it, make sure, because now December is going on and your interview will be having somewhere in April, so you have much time of some 3-4 months. I'm considering it is a 4-month time. If you're not, then 3, so minimum 3 months time you are having. So in these 3 months, you make sure that you are having a working paper if you are not having a already published paper, and make sure that your research interest matches with your paper. It should not be a case where your working paper is in another field or another domain, and your research interest that you are showing in an interview is of another domain. So this was the basic of all the criteria, and after this video I will make a detailed video on each and every topic that I have talked in the previous slide, and make sure that you watch all those videos to get your call this year only, and for making sure, you should be subscribing to this channel, and if you have found this video worthwhile, please share with your friends. I hope that you will subscribe it, and you will support us to make more such videos, and I will see you in the coming session. So take care. Bye bye.